Just as things couldn't get any darker, well, this episode truthfully nailed it. Hello everyone, Mega Man NG here, and we are back now with another Flash episode review. This week we're going to be talking about yesterday's episode, The Wrath of Savitar. And hearing Savitar has already given me a dark vibe inside. This review will not be a long one because I've been busy with a bunch of other things, plus I didn't get much sleep. So let's get this out of the way. I'll be providing my summary and then discuss what I liked and disliked about the episode. And believe me, there's plenty to like. Let's begin. Things seem normal for Team Flash, and Wally undergoes more training to be fast, until he soon finds himself attacked by Savitar. Thing is, only Wally can see Savitar, and him telling Barry about it only causes friction to the point that Barry tells Wally he has to be out. Although Barry did throw the stone in the Speed Force, the threat still looms, especially after finding that one of Savitar's omens came true, that one would betray them. Can Barry and his team be able to find Savitar and prevent him from getting out? And even so, will Wally find a way to stop him? Or will Savitar's words force him to do something reckless? Yeah, this episode really went into dark territory here. And I mean very dark, especially with Wally, since most of the episode has been focused on him. You guys know that Wally obtained his powers from Savitar, because in the Flashpoint universe, he was Kid Flash. And here, it's the same way. However, I didn't really think that Savitar would take it all out on Wally. I mean, come on. Savitar is still a force to be reckoned with, but truthfully, I still feel unimpressed that he isn't that big of a dangerous villain compared to Eobor Thawne and Hunter Zolomon. And yes, they do make mentions of these two, mind you. But yeah, this episode's been one dark throw right after another, especially when it has to contend with two things, Wally West and Justin Albert, or in this case, Savitar, since remember, Justin Albert still has a connection to Savitar. Why do you think he was alchemy for the first half of Season 3? And yeah, when we saw Savitar possessing Justin Albert, I mean, come on, he's still a scary threat. And I feel that these omens are still coming true. But at the same time, Savitar did provide something interesting. He claims that he blames Barry for what happened. However, we now find out the truth that when Barry created Flashpoint, it pretty much gave Savitar what he needed to escape. Since basically, yeah, Barry's the reason why all this happened. Amazing how one little slip-up like saving his mom could create all this. I really am liking this season so far, and to be honest, it's pretty well done. There was a bit of humor here and there, but most of the episode was just serious and dark, and sometimes depressing. I really do mean it, especially with Barry, since Barry has to end up taking the brunt of all this. And it really doesn't help with what happened, why he proposed to Iris at the end of last week's episode, but we'll be getting to that in a minute. Now, the next part is the revelation of a traitor within Team Flash, and we now know the truth of the revelation. It was Caitlin all along. I mean, it was Caitlin. I really was surprised finding out that Caitlin turned out to be the traitor. And I thought that she was in full control over it, but nope, no way, no how. Apparently, she still had a piece of the Philosopher's Stone that I thought Barry must have gotten rid of. But it turned out it backfired horrendously badly, because now, with that one piece of the Philosopher's Stone, that's all Savitar needs to get out of the Speed Force. Remember, Savitar was trapped in the Speed Force, and it also didn't really help that much that I do believe that he was sent way far into the future. And the only reason why Savitar can be able to appear in the present is because the Speed Force trying to push him back, similar to how Hunter Zolomon in the Time Wraiths. Well, not really similar, but you get my point. But I mean it, this was a shock out of nowhere, and even though it wasn't Caitlin's fault, the fact that she had it pretty much confirms that, yeah, one of Savitar's omens came true. I mean, what really shocked me is how he knows everybody, and we know the eventual fate that would happen to Iris. Which brings up to the third part, the fate of Wally West and Barry's proposal to Iris. First things first, the fate of Wally West. I saw the ending scene when Wally tried to throw the Philosopher's Stone in the Speed Force, but Wally didn't realize because that was all he needed for Savitar to get out. And when I saw it happen, I mean, oh my god, no. My thoughts were like, Wally, please, no! And I was really scared. I was really scared that something bad would have happened to Wally, but unfortunately, he got sucked into the Speed Force and Savitar was able to get out. And I worry for Wally even now because I hope he doesn't suffer the same fate as the Wally West from Young Justice. And yes, I am a fan of Young Justice, so you know, I'm happy we're getting a third season. I'm just waiting for the release for it. Anyway, the second part of this is Barry's proposal to Iris. Now, at first, I thought it would be like a happy moment because it really threw me out of left field. But after this, we finally know why. Because Wally and Cisco vied at the moment when Savitar killed Iris. What we notice is that she wasn't wearing her engagement ring. And when Wally confronted Barry about it, oh my god, Iris was so heartbroken. And Barry, being his usual nonchalant self that he wants to protect Iris and everything, without realizing that he is pretty much responsible for everything that has happened so far. Responsible for creating Flashpoint. Also responsible for Savitar. And responsible for all the messes that have happened throughout this season. Well, not really, but you pretty much get my point since Barry is a literal screw-up. And now this, proposing to Iris, it wasn't out of love, but it was out of fear because he was afraid that he would lose her. And that pretty much hurt Iris. Especially at the end when, Barry went to be comforted by Iris, he noticed that the engagement ring wasn't on his finger. So pretty much means that everything that's going to happen will soon happen. How Barry's going to take it, oh my god, I don't really know. Because, yeah, keeping secrets is not a good thing. Especially when they find out about it and it's not good. It's even worse. And what sucks about this is that it already has gotten worse. Wally's trapped in the Speed Force. Savitar escaped. What more can go wrong, right? Well, compared to next week's episode when Barry has to go into the Speed Force to maybe find a way to get Wally out. It ain't going to be pretty. And if you saw the preview, you can pretty much guess it's not going to end well. My rating for this is an 8.5 out of 10. But if I were to have any flaws, honestly, I couldn't find any flaws, but my one big flaw is Savitar itself. I still don't find Savitar that threatening. Eobor Thawne and Hunter Zalman were bigger threats because they were able to affect Barry on a personal level. Savitar, he seems kind of a bit lame. But I'm just not jumping to conclusions, but I'm hoping to see that they can actually make Savitar be better. I don't really know. I don't really know for sure because he doesn't hold a candle compared to the previous two main villains. Only time will tell. We'll have to see. But aside from the dark humor, some good action, and emotion, Savitar was the only main fault. But other than that, the episode was very good. And it's already setting a new standard. Not to mention that all the characters had great chemistry. I really love it big time. And it made things very satisfying. So next week, we're going to see Barry in the Speed Force and hopefully find a way to get Wally out. And 2 weeks, or rather the week after, the musical crossover with Supergirl. Duet. Oh boy, this will be a pretty interesting one to say the least. So, look forward to it when it comes. There is one last thing before I end this video. This Sunday, I will be reviewing Samurai Jack Season 5. And they will be quick reviews, but the first one will be a full episode review because I want to get people up to speed on the show since I grew up watching Samurai Jack. I watched all 4 seasons, and now coming into the 5th and last season, seeing how dark it's going to be intense. Alright, that's pretty much it for this episode review of The Flash. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. Please be sure to click on the bell if you are subscribed. If you've seen the episode, let me know in the comments what you think. And if you want to be super awesome, please be sure to check out my Patreon as well. That's it. I'll see you guys next week. This is Mega Man NG signing off. Peace out.